What it is, y'all? Welcome back to another Konosuba video. And once again, guys, if you are enjoying the Konosuba content, make sure you hit that old thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so, because we're going to try to drop a Konosuba video. If not each and every day, we'll give it our best shot. So, today we are absolutely going to talk about the brand new event that dropped last night in Konosuba. The Elite Bounty Hunt is back. This time it is Princess Runner. And, well, I don't know about you guys. That's not the kind of princess that I'd be hoping for. But let's get into it. Let's talk about this event and what you need to do to basically conquer this. Okay. First things first. This is back to the normal type of events where you're going to have 12 or so of these main attacks and 4 of the hard events. And as you defeat these all, you're going to get tickets that you can use to go in and do the fights. Now, understand that the hard mode you can only do 3 times each a day. So you've got 12 here that you can do daily. And I do recommend you come in and fight each and every single one of these every single day. It is so incredibly worth it. In fact, a lot of times I'll come even back over here to normal and I'll just run normal 12 here, 20, 30 times just with skip tickets or something, just to get a few extra points out. It's a quick way to just farm up some of these tickets. These tickets, well, my hand gets cut off. These tickets right above me here, those are what you're going to use to actually participate in battle. Now, as far as battle goes, there's a really interesting thing that is back. But first, I want to talk about what kind of team you should be building here for this. Okay, so we'll come back to the screen. I'm going to go and do a single for now, and we'll return to the screen here in a moment. Now, when we basically go in here to the fight, it's going to tell us down here. And you do want to pay attention to these here. Notice it does say required element is lightning. Recommended power is 3,000. That is for this extreme fight. But if I go back here, if you're not able to beat extreme, there's no shame in doing ultimate. In fact, as we'll find out here shortly, you actually have to beat each and every one of these. Normally, sometimes I just get lazy and I only do extreme. Not this time, and I'll kind of show you why. But before we get to all that, lightning element attacks are effective. Also, having water resistance will give you the edge in battle. And, I mean, spoiler alert, all, if not most all, water units already have some water resistance built in. That's what that number means right there. The 20% on water means she is resistant to water 20%. I will also go out on the limb here and say this is the first time in probably about a month that I would think that 3 stars actually are viable once again. I've been using this 3-star Megamine and this 3-star Union, and these, is that Union or is that ROA? I always get the two confused. Is that ROA? Is that Union? It is Union. Okay, thought so. I was getting confused. So this is the first time these 3 stars are units that I've basically considered over the 4-star, because I do have some of the 4-star units, but they don't have dupes in them. So these units are actually still extremely viable. Now, you want to be cautious in building your team, and the number one thing you do want to make sure you're paying attention to are your SA attacks. Now that we've got 2 different SAs, you want to make sure you're selecting your appropriate SA. In this case here, I really like the extra SA that Wiz does here. 202% water magic damage to all enemies. I know that one's 50% higher, but hear me out. And this is an AoE. But significant reduction of magic defense and agility. So you're lowering your magic defense so your other units do more damage, and you're lowering agility so that they're not able to attack as often. So I am going to favor that. Because I'm going to favor that, that is going to be the first SA we're going to try to get off. Megamine, on the other hand, as she comes in, remember, her big thing is she's always a one-hit wonder. She has that massive SA and then leaves. So to make sure she does that, I'm going to use her second skill. Second skill, basically, when it comes in here, notice the numbers here. 624% magic fire damage. It is the wrong element, I'm aware, but follow me here. Magic damage to all enemies, and caster immediately faints. Of course, super gauge fill rate decreases. Now, it seems like, we talked about this the other night, it seems like that's an effect that's actually like a, just I guess, part of this SA, where normally she would have to, fill her gauge to 50%, to 100%. basically her gauge becomes 150% to fulfill for an SA. She basically slows down by a third. So, here's the interesting thing about this. This takes longer to fill, and because of that, it pretty much guarantees that Wiz is going to get her attack off first. In fact, Aqua will also get her attack off, and Aqua, who I also have the secondary attack for, no, notice she could do 338 light physical damage to one enemy. Notice that is light and physical, so it's not preferable. But here's the nice thing. 295 light physical damage to one enemy. Significant boost to your agility. So it is going to make our units a bit faster. So basically, Wiz can attack, then Aqua can attack. It doesn't have to be in that order because really Aqua's attack isn't really affected by Wiz in any way. But Wiz, generally speaking, is just going to be a little bit faster than Aqua. It's just the way it's always worked out. Then, a few seconds later, Megami will do her SA, and she'll basically be able to piggyback off of everything that Aqua's doing. Now, when Megami leaves, then Union's going to come in. Now, I am using not the best, but some really respectable defensive units on these, because I want to make sure these units don't die. I want to make sure that everybody stays in play as long as humanly possible. So that's more or less the strategy that I've gone with. But let's do a quick run, see if this actually works. Now, there is 2 other things that I need to discuss here. But first, let's just see if the 3 stars really hold their own weight. I'm going to do an auto run, and I'm going to put all of my faith in RNGesus. Let's see what happens here. And spoiler alert, we did this earlier, and it was a rousing success. But RNG being what it is, sometimes things can happen. You know? And it does, a lot of it does hinge on Megami getting her SA. And if she gets hit like this, getting some healing. So if she gets taken out, we'll be in, and if Wiz gets taken out, we'll be in a world of hurt. So we really need a healer here. But we're good to go. Wiz has pretty much done what she needs to do. All I need now is Megami to not get taken out, which I'm actually getting a little worried about, I'm not going to lie. Oh, we got the heal. Go, girl. Get that SA. Get that SA. Use. And I would say that the fight is pretty much in the bag for me here. Bam. Bam. Now, there are other units I could probably put on here, other assists and things like that. That would make this a little bit faster, a little bit easier. I could probably charge up the SA with Megami a little bit quicker. I haven't refined the team. This is a team I put together pretty quickly. But I think it's really interesting that it shows the value of 3 stars once again. Even though I was starting to say the 3 stars kind of are starting to fall off the map a bit, from time to time they can be relevant. So, do consider your teams heavily and plan. I can do this a little bit better, a little bit faster, and a little bit more efficiently with some good assist selection. I'm well aware of that, but so long as Wiz does her thing and as long as Megami does her thing, it's in the bag. There's no questions about it. But one of them gets taken out, I'm in a world of hurt. Real talk. That's just the real talk about that. But neither here nor there. That is that event. Now, here's the fun part. Okay? Let's go over here to missions real quick, and then I've got one last thing that's really exciting to talk about. But first, missions. Okay? Clearly, Bounty Hunter, Princess Normal 1. Basically, you have... It actually says I already accepted those. Okay. So, it says beat Normal 1. Basically, beat all of the normal events. And you're going to get some Iris. I thought maybe there was... Let's see. Beat it on hard. Beat it on normal. I thought there was one here to beat the event on different difficulties. But I take that back. There is not, apparently. Let's go ahead and accept what we've got here. Now, when you beat it 3 times, and I've only done it twice, you're going to get the free-to-play... Oops. Yeah. You're going to get the free-to-play Melissa. Let's go back in here and look at what she does. Okay. Bam. Okay. Free-to-play Melissa. HP is 1669. Nice. Physical attack is 268, where magic attack is 232. Once again, she's another physical unit. Dex is 73. Agility is 75. Physical defense is 180. Magic defense is 167. And luck is 80. So it's really respectable for a 3-star, especially for a free-to-play. Skill 1 is a 154 light physical damage to one enemy and a modest reduction of their magic attack. So basically it takes down magic attack. It's really nice for reducing some of that incoming damage. Doesn't work on a foe that's physical though, so do bear that in mind. 154% lightning physical damage to one enemy and moderate reduction of their physical attack. So one does physical attack defense, one does magical attack defense. So really, you could like choose between these. Now, there is a damage difference between them, obviously, and because they're physical, they're not like the best fit here, but she would be a great asset to somebody's team if you don't have enough thunder units. So do consider that. Even if you can go in here and you can't beat, the very hard events. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let's go back. Even if you can't beat, the extreme like I did, if you're only beating intermediate or beginner, you will still get that 3-star. You'll still, in fact, if I go back over here to missions. Not missions, I'm sorry. Go back. Go to our rewards. And go to our steps here. You will be able to get skill potions for these units. Now, the reward system for these is basically the gacha system once again. I like this to an extent, but it is RNG based. So the long and the short of it is, if you come in here and if you're expecting like a certain result, you may or may not get it. So you really want to farm this event with a lot of diligence. If you're one of those people, guilty from time to time, who waits till the last day, you might not get what you want out of this. But let's go ahead and look at all the steps. So step 1, basically, can I get past step 1 until you do the get all 4 of the unique skill potions? I always wait till I've got the Eris medals, and nowadays I'd wait till at least I have the ancient coins and that stuff. But basically, once you've gotten all the skill potions, you can move on to step 2, and you do so by basically once you finish step 1, let's just do one real quick, see if we can. Well, I've only got 250. I don't think it's gonna do any good. But basically, once you finish step 1, then you'll be able to actually go in here and reset it, and it goes on to step 2. So step 2. 4 more unique skill potions and the Cadia reliefs. You can't move on until you get the Cadia reliefs. I would recommend, once again, get the Eris medals, get the Dragon Jewels, and probably get the Ancient Coins once again. And you have the scrolls for the lightning drops. Those would be really nice too, because that's magical lightning defense. So once you do all those, you can move on to step 3. And once again, more skill potions, more access medals, things like that. Step 4, you don't have any skill potions anymore. So once you get past step 3, you basically have all the dupes you need for your Melissa. I like to try to max out at least all of the main ones here, and it really is worthwhile going after the Cadia reliefs, and especially all the Dragon Jewels, because remember, those are what's going to get you the Trial of the Ancients rewards. So make sure you take advantage of that as necessary. The last thing I want to discuss here, and this is going to be the fun one. There's a big, interesting mechanic to this back one more time, and that is the multi-attacks. Basically, what you can do is you can jump into a room here. I'm going to go ahead and set this to a 3 cost, and I'm going to... I can create a room here real quick. Let's see if anybody joins in. All right, so I can actually send out group members. Let's go. And see if anybody joins in. There we go. We've got a few people joining in. And let's begin. And basically, we can take this upon ourselves to basically try to beat this like a raid boss. We had this a while back. We haven't had this in a couple of fights. But, yeah. Let's see how this goes. Now, I do want to be really, really, really careful about how I approach this. Because if I mess this up, I mess this up for other people. So I'm a little leery of how to approach this. And unlike some of the other events, there is no, like, continue on this one. Like, once you basically beat this, or once you take on this event, you're more or less committed to defeating this event as it stands. So if you create a room, and if you more or less, if Wiz and Megami get taken down here, as we've already discussed, I'm not going to be in a very good mood. I really need Wiz to do her essay here. Go, girl. Wiz, go, 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 go. Get that essay, girl. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, once again, I know I could do some modifications to my team and probably do a little bit better, but it is what it is. Not gonna. I mean, we've already beaten him. Come on, Megumin. Take that final blow, girl. Oh, no! Bruh! Sadness, man. Sadness. It is what it is. And, yeah. Your old boy got carried pretty hard. To be fair, if Megumin had gotten her attack off, we would have been in a little better spot. And I did say I'd have got to do a little tweaking in my team there. But, you know, there you go. Proof on camera, caught in 4K, being carried. It is what it is. But, guys, that is it. Yeah, I would heavily recommend treating this like a raid boss and doing as many of the multi-attacks as you can. You know, get friends, and you can actually do friend fights where you actually go in here and set this up with a friend room and then basically set it up to only allow friends in. So I could just invite friends, and let's see if anybody's online. Anybody online? I'm going to go ahead and leave a room, and we'll come back and do this in a little bit. But if you can set this up with some of your friends and, you know, go in and fight this as a raid boss, you can actually earn tons and tons and tons of rewards. Typically, the reward payout is what? I think like 30% better or something like that just through doing the raid boss. I'd have to go back and look at the actual rewards again, but typically the raid boss fights are better rewards. So, that's my recommendation. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share. I'll be back with more Konosuba for you guys really soon.